Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June, early July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Piscean people out there. My God, Spirit team, talk to me. What's up with my friends? I hope you're all doing fabulous out there. What's up? So yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. What do we got for Pisces, my guides? Let us not delay. See what we got going for my friends. The deck was trying to jump out of my hands a little earlier, now it's being specific. There it is. Okay, so beautiful energy up front here, Pisces. We have this Empress type of vibe showing up initially, which is always a welcome sight. Regardless of what shows up within the reading itself, this is bountiful. It's abundant. This is goddess energy. Now, before we really dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this beautiful goddess. So when I see her, I always think of the Empress straight up. You see this beautiful woman, she has the tree of life tattooed on her back. She is surrounded by the flora, the fauna, the animals, the nature. It's just surrounding her. So maybe some of you need a little time in nature to decompress, cleanse yourself, and get some of that good energy in you. But when I see this, I think of the bountiful blessings and abundance of spirit. So regardless of what shows up within this reading, whether there are challenges or warnings, whatever it might be, this does tell us that we're moving towards some beautiful abundance and blessings that could be coming into our lives, which is nice. And I like it because I'm part of the Pisces collective. So this is an extra special site here. So we're going to place her down. And the only rough energy when we get this beautiful earthly abundance, sometimes it could be like the energy of having to wait or somebody being stubborn, but this feels very good to me. Let's get into tarot. I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. And I'm going to get you 3 of these in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness rolling. So let's shuffle it up one time here for you, Pisces. Let's see what we got for late June as we move into July, please. So let's talk about last week's reading while we get these cards shuffled up. Last week's reading was titled They Have a Plan. And the reason it was titled that, it felt so much like strategy or someone with a strategic plan of action that they were wanting to put into place. Now, I didn't say that to be ominous, right? Everybody has strategies and plans. Doesn't mean it always goes to plan though, right? But I've been picking it up for a lot of other signs too. The readings have been focusing around those that we're attached to for some reason. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3. What do we got for Pisces here in late June, please? As we move into July, new season. Okay. So in position number 1, yeah, there might be a little upheaval. I don't even want to fully go that route just yet, because position number 1, we have the Hierophant. That's a very sturdy energy. And in the center, we got the 8 of Swords, which I also got in the Cancer reading. So that is something we're going to want to take an extra closer look at, the fact that it's showing up in other water signs. Let's get you one more. What do we got for Pisces here? Thank you. Judgment. Whoa. Okay. So this could be a big change on the end, my friends. If you've been looking for change or something to break through, you might be getting it. It's already given me that energy, which I like. Now, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. Now, at first glance, I just want to mention this. The end cards are both major arcana, and they are complete opposite. Whereas one is sturdy, day-to-day life and set in stone, this one is all about change and action. We got a little bit of stress. We have some growing pains in the middle, but let's talk about them one by one. This is going to be a very interesting reading this week, Pisces. Position number 1, we have the Hierophant. So a portion of you might be connected to a Taurus when the Hierophant shows up. And you see it, that Pope figure, they're on their throne chilling. So this is a deep card. It means a lot of different things. It can represent power structures, governments, corporations, day-to-day life. It's within the box. This is something that is not easily changed. It's something that's ingrained and immovable. Sometimes this could represent marriage. Sometimes this could represent people that have been in our lives for a very, very long time. Lots of history with this card. But think of something that's always around, or something that is very hard to change. Some aspect that is very hard to shift. So we'll see what this is about. There are very spiritual ties with this card as well. We got the Hierophant and an Archangel on the back end. So these are very, very spiritual energies as well. So you might be feeling those subtle energies extra in this time, Pisces. Moving to the center, this is where we have a bit of the growing pains. And I want to mention this. The Eight of Swords could be someone feeling cornered or trapped or imprisoned. Same could be said with one of the reverse aspects of the Hierophant, something that's immovable. So in this time, you might have like a case of cabin fever. You might want to go out, get out, do something, switch it up. Like you might be thirsting for some sort of switch or change. And I would say, don't worry about it. You might be getting it with that Judgment on the back end. But yeah, there's this clamped down, trapped or heavy type of energy we're feeling. But in the center, the Eight of Swords, you see the imagery here. This person's blindfolded, surrounded by the swords. This could be someone who's overthinking. This could represent someone who's stressed out, anxious, nervous. Generally a fleeting energy that passes rather quickly. That's what I like about this card. But there's some sort of growing pains I'm feeling here, Pisces, and we'll get more detail when we clarify it. The positives of it, like I said, is that it moves out quickly generally. But it is that like trapped or imprisoned type of feeling. Okay. Moving to the back end though, this is where the big action, the big change comes in. We got Judgment. If I said this is an immovable energy with the Hierophant in the front, this is one of the energies that can switch that up for sure. Judgment is Plutonian energy in nature, which means it is all about that deep, heavy transformation, and it could be very quick. Now, Judgment could speak about making a choice, making a decision, making a judgment call or a final decision sometimes when this card shows up. But when I see it, it is someone who has the power. Like this is a very, very powerful energy when we see it, especially ending off. So if there is something you're wanting to switch or change or evolve or move on from, this card could really be the ticket. It's explosive in nature. It's action-oriented in nature. And it is very, very powerful. I can't stress that enough. But notice it has the Archangel Gabriel on it. So there are angelic undertones. There's a lot of spiritual protection here showing up for you as well, Pisces. So I feel like a lot of you need to know that you are being looked over, watched after. So with all that being said, I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here, my friends, and see what we got. My guides, talk to me. What's up with Pisces, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Hierophant. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Hierophant time. What is this implanted energy all about? I know we were getting Tower energy for Pisces recently. Okay, yeah, we have the Devil in reverse here, my friends. Now, this could just represent a Capricorn that's in your life. If not, I do feel like this could be representative of someone's bad behavior or a bad habit showing up here with the Devil in reverse. And it is sticking around a little longer than you might want it to. There could be something, whether it is a person, whether it is a behavior, that you have identified as not being healthy. Like, all right, yeah, no, this isn't the best. This situation's not that great. Like, it may be identified, but you don't know how to, like, move on from that type of energy, if that makes sense. Like I said, some of you might just be very closely connected to Capricorn. If that's the case, don't worry about the rest of the messages. But if there's any position we want to receive the Devil in, it's in the reverse. This could also be somebody that, I don't want to say they're tortured by their past, but they could be guilty about their past or what they've done in the past, whether it's behaviors or things that they've done or how they used to act. They might not be too proud of their past in some sort of way. Obviously, I'm not saying that's you, but it is showing up here. It is that little thorn in the side type of energy. So I'm interested to see if like this resolves and works itself out as we move forward. Now, remember the Devil, it could also be of the mind. Like this could also be someone's mental state, or it could be someone who's very pessimistic sometimes as well. But there could be something you've identified as like not being the best, or a unhealthy behavior, unhealthy way of thinking, or an unhealthy connection showing up here in the front end. Let's move over to the Eight of Swords and we'll see what's up. And then, yeah, especially with the past things, like maybe some of you have had very unhealthy connections in the past, and something about that is showing up here in the energy. But let's see what's up with that Eight of Swords. If there is any way we want that Devil card, it is in reverse, though. So it's not like a deal breaker type of energy, that's for sure. All right, the deck is being specific for you now, my friends. What do we got? Why is that Eight of Swords here for Pisces? Thank you. Okay. All right, so we have the Empress in the upright. It's the second appearance of an Empress figure here, and I do feel like this is really, really good. There is something that, like, if you could just get over this one little hurdle, there are so many blessings to be had, my friends. I just want to say that, Pisces. The Empress under this Eight of Swords, sure, more earth sign energy. It could also represent someone with like Venus attachment, so meaning Taurus. Once again, big connections to Taurus, but also Libra. When we have the Empress, once again, mother figures, goddess, and abundance. But when I see it underneath this Eight of Swords, just like in the Cancer reading, this is somebody who has like something in their mind that is sticking there, or a nervousness, an edginess, an anxiousness, or a behavior that is nothing new. Like it's been around for a while and it's taking some time to resolve, okay? Some of you might just have issues with a mother figure. It could be as simple as that. That's the thing with tarot. It could be like multiple things. It could be none of the things, depending on your story. But maybe you're stressing about a mother figure as well. But if not, when I see the Eight of Swords and this Empress in the upright, it is like some anxiousness, nervousness, stressing that has been around for quite a while. And it could be on its way out. It could all be connected. It could be separate. Okay, but if you could just get over one more hurdle, that's the big thing I'm feeling here. There are so many blessings and wins to be had. Like, you know what your challenges are personally. And if you could just get over that hump, there's a lot to be had. Let's get over to Judgment and see what we got going on here. So we're going to see what's up with Judgment. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the Shadow card. So Judgment could really switch up the game with all the energies that we were feeling here. Judgment is the type of card that could really transmute and transform that. So why is Judgment here? Thank you. Three of Wands. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes, my friends. Like, you've wanted change, you've wanted a shakeup, you've wanted this, and it's going to be delivered. That's for damn sure. With the Three of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands in the upright is generally somebody waiting on something, and I've been talking about this explosive energy of change, this explosive energy of a switch up, and it is showing up here. A lot of you just like brace yourself and be prepared, because right here on the back end, like, yeah, this is all a little mucky, it's all a little stuck, things from the past, things that have been around a while. Judgment, Three of Wands in reverse is like, okay, yeah, no time to wait, no time to lose, here it comes, boom. So like, you ask for it, you're gonna get it. Like, you want to change it, it's gonna happen. So be ready for it. Like, that's a big vibe I'm picking up here on the back end. Be ready for it, whatever it is to you. Now, the Three of Wands is a card of manifestation. The ship's coming in. I mean, I feel like this explosive change or this explosive action or switch up is not going to take much longer to really arrive. So let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the Shadow card. Very interesting, and it kind of laid out how I was feeling since the beginning, just with a little more detail. I'm liking that on the end. I don't feel like it's bad. But let's go through real quick before the Shadow card. Position number one, we have the Hierophant with the Devil in reverse. To me, this did feel... Sure, if you're not connected to Capricorn, maybe there is some sort of thing from your past you're not super proud of, or it keeps rearing its head. The Devil in reverse does say it's something that could be sticking around for a while, but is mostly dealt with. Maybe it's a past toxic connection and the energy is still in the mix for whatever reason. But moving to the center, like, this energy is all kind of gunked up, like the thorn in the side. There could be things that you've identified as issues that you want to switch, you want to change. Eight of Swords with the Empress in the upright, if you could just get over a certain hurdle. Sure, you may have stresses involving a mother figure. Maybe you've had long-lasting anxiety issues or stress or nervousness. Maybe it's a person you're connected to. Who knows? But if you could just get over one hurdle, there's so much abundance to be had. And we're seeing it on the back end because we got Judgment and the Three of Wands in reverse. The explosive change, Explosive action. Like I said, you asked for it, you're going to get it. Ready or not, here it comes type of energy. It's showing up there on the back end. So there is change afoot in one way or another. And I feel like it's positive for most Pisces. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Yeah, if there's any spread you want to look into further, it might be this one, my friends. But yeah, we're going to shuffle it up and see what we got for you in the shadows. What do we got for Pisces, please? And yeah, I'm using the Shadowland Tarot, which is an awesome shadow deck. And I always think it's a nice little cherry on top of the reading, just to see what's up, whether it's something within us, whether it's something around us we don't quite see. Let's go. Okay. Hey, we got the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, with a tentacle beard showing up here. So the King of Cups is a card that could represent the Pisces collective, obviously. The King of Cups is also a romantic type of card. It's creative and all that beautiful stuff. And I could talk about all the positives of it because it's one of my favorite cards, obviously. But let's talk about the reverse of the King of Cups. This is someone that has a very hard time dealing with their own emotions or keeping them under wraps, keeping them under control. So in this time, Spirit might be telling you, okay, there might be some emotional volatility. You might be having a lot of ups and downs in the coming days and weeks. The King of Cups could also, once again, kind of like that Hierophant Devil reverse we were seeing, represent some sort of emotional connection that's still lingering in the energy and the ether. So do with that what you will, my friends. We're not going to pound that message too much. It is what it is. Since it is a Pisces card, maybe there is something about how you view yourself or self-confidence that Spirit could be highlighting as well. Be kind to yourself. So yeah, that's what we got for you, Pisces. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for the month of June, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one explains how you're feeling currently right now. Which one are you vibing with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.